Hello. Hi. It is Thursday, May the 15th, 2025. Welcome to the fourth live stream for making my gear. Welcome aboard. Welcome. Hmm. Uh, what's been going on this week? I have been working on what do you call it? The ESP32 sampler, and we're making good progress. Um, I don't love that microphone module that I've been using, but for prototyping, it's fine. Um, we'll be building like a better, cleaner microphone circuit for the final build. But anyway, that's not the point. What else has been going on? I've got another video coming out on the weekend that is a little bit at a different speed. Um, and I'm hoping to get some feedback uh, and guidance from the viewers who are, you know, tagging along with me for this journey. It is chilly down here in the basement today. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie with the hood up. I'm cold. I don't know why. I live in a really old house. I live in an old house, and yeah, it's just like for whatever reason, it's the basement's very cold. Anyways, so game plan for the VIC-20 today. As I was getting ready for the live stream, I, you know, I noticed something about the VIC-20 that we'll talk about momentarily. But there's a couple things on here that have me scratching my head um, in terms of obviously somebody's modified it, and I'm kind of thinking that it might be worth addressing at some point. And yeah, we'll talk about that later, I guess, when we get more into it. I did not order a cable because I had it, I was thinking, I was like, I have the cable working before, uh, hooked up to this monitor, the VIC-20. So it's something with the VIC, and it's definitely not the cable or the cable that I attempted making last week. Um, that's definitely not it. It's straightforward. The connection's straightforward. It should just work. And I think I may have found one of the reasons while while I was setting up. So let me move myself out of the way, and we'll get going on this repair. And I'll show you what the heck went wrong. Hey, Abnorm is here. Sweet. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Appreciate it. So, uh, one of the things I noticed with this thing, yeah, yeah, I'm doing well today. Thank you for asking. Uh, it's a little, I don't know if you caught the intro, but it's a little chilly down here today in the basement, so I've got my hoodie on today. Uh, anyway, yeah, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely don't want to do this alone. But one thing I noticed when I was setting up is check this out. See if I can get it. Look at this. Oh, wrong way. I think there's a lot of brown schmutz underneath that capacitor. And that could be part of the problem. Why the video is all jumbled up. Because if this whole thing isn't getting like a clean power, I'm thinking it might not be running correctly. So, unfortunately, I think I have to remove the this motherboard. I guess it's, yeah, the motherboard, and desolder this thing and put in a new cap because that brown stuff on the bottom doesn't look factory. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So unfortunately, I was looking through my parts bin, and unfortunately, I don't have a radial like the, or not. I guess whatever you call this style capacitor. Is it radial? It might be radial, or I can't remember the exact name. But anyway, I've got this, which is a 2200 microfarad, 35 volts instead of 16 volts. So I think this should work. Um, so yeah, I think we're gonna remove the motherboard and desolder this guy, and then put in the new capacitor, and yeah, yeah, put in the new capacitor, and then hopefully everything just lights up and we're good to go. All the other capacitors on here, like the electrolytic ones, look fine to me. But I'm going to test it before I before I put the motherboard back in the case, because if there is something wrong with these, I might just do it while I have it out, if that makes sense. So I've never taken a motherboard out of one of these before, so I'm thinking that I'm just going to remove these screws here and then go from there, and hopefully it sort of starts making sense. But it's interesting. It might be the reason why the keyboard wasn't working when I originally had it hooked up. I'm thinking that maybe, uh, yeah, I'm thinking that it might have messed with the keyboard. So maybe the keyboard wasn't dirty after all. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking that it might be glue, but there's like, if you take a look, there's some stuff coming. It looks like there's some stuff coming out on one of the leads. If you look closely, there's some like junk here too. So I don't think like, and it doesn't look right to me. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, it might be the glue. It. I guess it'll tell. We'll tell. Be able to tell once I desolder it, and we'll if it comes off with isopropyl alcohol, I'm thinking that it might be some crap on. It might be actual leakage underneath, but you're right. It might be glue, but it seems like really dark brown to be glue. Um, yeah. So I'm hoping that it's just this, and then this thing will work, and we'll finally be able to get on with the programming and start making some noise with this guy. Okay. Now, so there is another screw. Okay, right here. Yeah, no kidding. Uh, There's another screw. Jeez. I guess they really didn't want this thing to move. Yeah. Check this out too. I think this was another repair that I think I need to fix. Somebody has soldered a wire from one end of the fuse to the other. Thinking maybe I could probably get a new fuse and take that off. It can't be that hard of a fuse to find. I better boot up my soldering iron here. There we go. Okay, nice. There we go. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna put this just behind me here. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay, so I think I have to desolder this shield from the PCB. Must, yeah, because I don't see a way of it coming off. Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the fuse is like that. If they went, did they go a lot on them? Like, did the fuses go a lot on these things? I don't know. All right. I have some solder braid too, actually. It's not that thick, but should work for this. Let's see. Put this down here. Okay. Ah, yeah, that would do it. So I wish I had thicker solder braid. Maybe I'll try this guy. Okay. Now I need this. Hmm. Try and go this way. Ooh, it's hot. Hmm. Yeah, that's I guess you were probably thinking that when you were 6 or whatever, right? Hopefully. Hmm. Man, this solder is old. It's just reeks. Come on. Hmm. Let's see if I can pry these guys up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, fair. There we go. I think I figured out how to do this without messing it up. Come on. There we go. That one's coming up. I might have to order some more solder braid to get rid of this excess solder when I put it back together. Because I have a feeling that this capacitor is probably part of the problem. Picked up a Yamaha MT54 track mint. Yeah, no kidding. That's awesome. Is that is it a digital four track or is it like a cassette four track? Okay, that one too. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's sick. I've got. I'll show you what I got. Mine isn't as here. I'll zoom in for a second. Mine isn't as old. Uh, whoop. I guess I could have done it on the phone, but that's what I have. This guy. It's okay. It's pretty good, you know. Um, it's X24 Fostex. Yeah, I'd like to do something with it eventually. X24. It's the X24. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I bought it at a thrift store a couple years ago. Um, I made some like I just like recorded some improvisations into it, but I haven't really done any serious kind of like tracking or anything or attempt to like make actual, you know, like legit shit on it or anything, which I should. Oh, there we go. Now we're coming off. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that I think I remember reading that. I looked because I looked it up when I bought it at the store and yeah, the X15 I can't remember the difference on it. Yeah, I can't remember what the difference was. But yeah, I just lucked out. I bought it at a thrift store and it was like, 25 bucks or whatever. Oh, no way. That's a cool project. That's a really cool project, man. Um, yeah, that's really cool. So what are you gonna get some like different kinds of like groove boxes and stuff? I guess that would have been like 90-ish groove boxes. And I guess like some sort of a Kai sampler. Yeah, it might have an EQ. I don't know if it does. I'll have to take a closer look at it later. I'll let you know. All before 1990. Sweet. Yeah, so much interesting stuff to mess around with, eh? I love looking at older stuff. A lot of that stuff I never got a chance to mess around with because I was quite a bit younger and I wasn't really into doing stuff. So, but that's fair, fair enough. Okay, we got this shield off, so now we're ready to desolder, which is great. So this guy needs to come off. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's messed with this thing, so I'm hoping, although there is some what looks like fresh solder points here. I'll have to see what that if that leads to issues. But everything else looks pretty good. It looks like somebody might have replaced these jacks. Hmm. And this one too, the power jack. Maybe, but it could just be factory as well. So who knows? Well, let's get this thing desoldered. Let's get it out of there and see if it see if this works. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If the fuse has got a wire across it, it's somebody has been messing around with this thing for sure. Okay, just gonna add a little bit of solder to these guys. Hopefully it'll come off a little easier. Okay, just see if we're moving here. Yep, great. That looks like the factory adhesive to me. You might be right there. Awesome. Yeah. That looks like adhesive to me. I'll take a look at that. Yeah. Hmm. But you never know, like that this stuff at the end definitely could be leakage because it doesn't look symmetrical. Yeah, I got my multimeter here. I could try, I don't know if it'll work in the capacitor mode. This is negative. We'll give it a shot. Yeah, that seems unlikely. It says it's, mm, yeah, I don't know if this works with polarized capacitors or not. I've got some here. Let me see. Guess I could try one that I know works. Yeah, no. Oh, wait. I don't know. I can't tell. All right. Well, I'm going to clean this off and try and clean some of this off, and then I'll stick this guy in there. Try to position it so it's not standing up too high, I guess. And hopefully it just works. It's a good place to start. Worst case scenario, this is probably a 40-year-old or 30-year-old, I guess 40-year-old capacitor anyway, so probably needed to be replaced, right? Yeah, I think that's leaking. I think that's leakage. All right, let's do it. I hope you're right. Try and get some of this stuff off. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's adhesive. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely adhesive. It's coming off like it's hard to describe, but it looks like glue lifting off. Yeah, it's funny that they choose this color glue to put on these things because it's so similar to what uh leakage kind of looks like. So it's just like, why would you put on brown glue? Like make it like red. It also, I guess, could have faded over time. have a Gemini 1024 sampler. Crazy. Sounds horrible. No idea where to start. It's a project. Does it work at all? I guess if it sounds horrible, it must work. That's interesting. I've never heard of that model before. That's interesting. Oh, it's a rack sampler. Cool. Trying to get more of this. Ah, weird. Has a lot of noise. Yeah. All right. Looks like there's some weird thing with the traces on this. Hmm. Well, say we get it put in there. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Yeah, good point. I will clean it with alcohol. All right. Looks pretty good. All right. Now, looks pretty good. Okay. Let's I don't have any. There we go. Just do that. Okay. Let's get this guy soldered in. Yeah, yeah, no. I'm like I said in one of my like the videos that I released, like I'm not definitely not a electronics expert by any stretch. I'm like figuring this stuff out as I go. So any, you know, knowledge that people want to pass along, I'm always happy to hear. Uh I'm always happy to get feedback and stuff like that. Because that's how you get good at stuff, right? Is you learn from people. All right. Where are my snippers? My wire cutters. One sec. Uh, Be right back. All right. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that it looks like those traces were a little bit exposed. So I'm gonna make sure that nothing is touching them, because that wouldn't be a good idea. All right, smoke test. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. Now, one thing I'm gonna do is grab my multimeter and before the stream started, I tested the voltages, the just the supply voltages at the 6560 and the 7402. And the reading on those were like 4.95 volts. So it'll be interesting to see if it gets with this replacement capacitor, if it gets all the way up to 5. It'll just be neat, you know, and be kind of a good way of checking whether everything is working okay, or at least working as it was prior to this. So, okay, let's do this and hopefully nothing explodes. Nothing is smoking. Okay, nothing is smoking. We're good there. Let's check, let's just see what happens if I put, I figure out the, see the voltage here. 4.98 went up point 3. Okay, so that's different, a little bit different. Let's check the 7402. 4.98 as well. So, okay, so we got power to stuff, to that stuff, which is the video, right? Video and sound come out of that guy. So I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to grab the monitor. I'm going to hook it back up. I'm going to hook it up, and hopefully we have video. I have a hard time believing it's going to work, but stranger things have happened. Okay. After a little thought, I'm thinking the issue may be the ground connection. Right. The ground connection. Yeah. I'll have to see. I have to think about that. That's a good point, though. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's give it a shot. Because, who knows? Who knows? Could have a working machine. You never know. But actually, let me just, yeah, the electrolytics around yeah, exactly. The electrolytics around the video chip look like they're in good shape. So I really, you know what, one thing I do need to do is get like a proper scope. Because I have like one of those little kit ones, but they don't work very well. They're not fat. They're not even fast enough for the VIC here. And I need like a proper oscilloscope so I can scope out the lines of the video channel. So maybe that'll be something that I try to acquire in next before the next video if this doesn't work. East. Okay. This guy goes to ground. Right. Okay. Right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wait. Do I have it on front or I do have it on front? That's ground. Oh, you know what? This was being weird the other day. There we go. Yeah, we still got jumble. Here, let me zoom in here. Ugh, this is nice and awkward. That's what I get. That's what I got. Thoughts? Yeah, same-ish is what it was. So that was not, I don't think that was the problem or a problem. Yeah, that's why I really wish I had a proper scope so that I could, because I would scope out the lines that are, you know, um, doing the video or even the clock. Maybe it's the crystal, I guess, possibly. There's so many possibilities, right? Could be RAM, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I guess I could try reseating some of the chips. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Hmm. It's definitely not the monitor. Maybe I should just try pushing stuff down. Maybe something will start working. Hmm. Uh, I didn't take anything out. I didn't take anything out at all. When I opened it on the live stream, that was the time that I opened it, and I didn't touch anything. I guess what I could do is I could. My thought is, um, I get there's some transistors in this video circuit. I could test those. Maybe one of them went. Push stuff down. I would just fiddle with things. I feel it's something small. I did search. I did some searching prior to going live today, and I didn't like. There wasn't really like there was one article that I read. Um, Let me just see if I can find it. Let me turn off my soldering iron so I don't burn my hand. Uh, like, hold on one sec. Where was that? Yeah, you know what? I'll try and find that article and I'll post it in the comments of this video when it's put up, when it's like finalized or whatever by YouTube. I'll throw it up there. I can't find it right now. But yeah, I'll see what it says, but I think I remember reading something that the person figured out somehow that the RAM was faulty and they replaced the RAM and then um it lit up again like the you saw the ready screen on here, but the characters were out of whack in terms of color or something like that. But yeah, so it's a bigger issue. It's definitely something. I hope it's something small, like you said. I just hope it's not like a bigger problem. So kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, well, anyway, I think I'm gonna call it there. Um, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll post I'll take a look at this a little bit more closely. Maybe at some point on the weekend I'll start gathering stuff and see if kind of look at some of the information out there and in more detail and then kind of circle back to it at some point. But I have a feeling that you're right. It's probably something really minor. Um, yeah, I just, yeah, I just not sure. Oh yeah, yeah, I definitely will. I'll stay positive about it. And the thing is, right? The thing is that I know for a fact it was working. It was definitely working at one point. Um, like I had it I plugged it in. I had the cable hooked up to it. This was prior to you know, deciding on having this a part of the YouTube channel. I had it plugged in. It was working. I hadn't tried any software or anything, but I tried a few basic commands and I had to like hammer it in to the keyboard. But it worked. And it worked. It worked fine. So, you know, you want to see something, you don't want to know something really strange though, and I don't know if this is like, oh, this one, look at this. It says it's got this cord. Hold on, let me move me out of the way. I just got to move me out of the way. Before I go, I'm just going to show you this. So there's this cable running from, I guess, J JP1, which is, I guess, jumper. No, the keyboard's not hooked up. But then it goes to C38, and it's just like a piece of wire. It just seems strange. Seems strange to me. But again, I've never opened one of these before, so I guess I could try that though too, eh? Is I could try plugging in the keyboard and seeing if that has anything to do with it. I don't know why it would, but maybe I should try that real quick. Let's hook up the keyboard. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's a ground. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's just hook it up, and then we'll try booting it up one more time. Yeah, I thought it was just a jumper. It's just weird that they put it in a slot that's labeled C38 on the other end. Like, why would you do that? I would think that would be like a capacitor. It's just strange. Anyway, okay, let's plug in the keyboard and just for for shits and giggles here, just see if it does anything. Yeah, worth a shot, I guess, but I don't think it's like anything like that, but you never know. Yeah, just a jumbled, just a complete mess. Still a complete mess. I don't get it. Oh well. Anyway, well, I think that's enough for today. I'll like I said, hopefully have a little bit more time this weekend and take a look at it. Take a look at some data sheets and stuff and see what happens. Really stinks. Really sucks though. But oh well. I'll get it working. I know I can do it. Anyway, well, thanks for coming out for the live stream. Much appreciated. It's awesome to have no. No. Nothing like that. Nothing's touching. Nothing like that. There's a solder joint on one of these on the 5-pin DIN that looks like it's not covered, not soldered all the way. So maybe I'll touch that up at some point. See if that does anything. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Seems unlikely that would be it, but you never know, right? Could be the one thing. Just not enough solder on there. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna look up a little bit. I'm gonna take a look at some data sheets for some of this stuff and see if you know something clicks. So anyway, thanks for coming out, and hope you have a great weekend. And it's a long weekend here, so hopefully you have some time off and you get to have a little rest and relaxation. You know. So, anyways, I will see you next week. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm in Canada. Yeah, it's the May Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria's birthday. Oh, nice. Nice. Well, enjoy the long weekend.